So, who are the greatest inventors throughout history? You had, Alexander Graham Bell. You had that one guy, Edison, Thomas Edison. I remember I went to Florida in the third grade, I want to say. Miss Wilson was my teacher, but there was somebody that was with the Gifted and Talented program. In Kentucky, I was in Gifted and Talented, but Florida was too smart for me. I was not good enough to get into the Gifted and Talented club in Florida. And why? Well, I had requested that I should be in Gifted and Talented. And then when the teacher had interviewed me, she just asked me basically like two questions. And one of them was, do you know who Thomas Edison was? And I said, no. And then she asked me who invented the light bulb. And then she asked me who Thomas Edison was. And then she said, that's who it was. And then she said, okay, get out of here. You stupid asshole. You have no idea who the hell invented the light bulb. Tesla. I mean, basically an inventor, that's all they do is kind of just sit there and tinker with their stuff until they come up with all this, right? You had Edison, Tesla, Alexander Graham Bell, Westinghouse. Basically it's kind of what they do. I guess there's some people that might invent a thing and then just stop inventing altogether. You know what I never thought, though? That Adolf Hitler, what a great inventor. That piece of shit that murdered all them motherfucking people, that fucking perverted son of a bitch that liked his own niece, that one testicled motherfucker, that suicidal son of a bitch that declared war on the entire world at the same time. But Hitler, there's 199 countries, I don't care. I hate them all. I declare war on you all. Shouldn't we just, one by one? I mean, even if we were trying to go for world domination, if we just tell them that we're aiming for world domination, they'll see us coming a mile away, Hitler. What are you doing? I'm going to try to get Japan to attack America. God, you're stupid, Hitler. I fucking hate you, Hitler. I hate you. You're stupid. So he did something with the Autobahn, Hitler's Road. He made Hitler's Road in the very beginning. But even Hitler's Road, there's been roads all over the fucking place. Kanye, there's been the Silk Road, the Wilderness Road, the Santa Fe Trail. The Wilderness Road, that was invented by the Shawnee, okay? The Silk Road, that was the Chinese. Yeah, Zhang Qian. The Wilderness Road, that's the damn Shawnee. The Shawnee and the Cherokee and the Chickasaw and the Yuchi. Don't tell me you don't know about the Yuchi. Native Americans, you don't know. If you came out of Kentucky and you don't know shit about the Yuchi, get out of my face. Just get the hell out of my face. If you're an asshole that looks at Hitler and says, you know what, he has some redeeming qualities, then you've skipped the 1950s, 60s, 70s Germany. You don't even know what's going on in Germany today. You're the dumbest, racist, stupidest motherfucker on the fucking planet. Who invented the highway? Well, I'll tell you who invented it. It was William Kissel Vanderbilt. William Kissel Vanderbilt, he's the one that did the Vanderbilt Motor Parkway in Long Island. So if we're going to say that the person who invented a highway it's not the road, but a paved highway which only cars can use, so not like trains or sidewalks, but a high-speed highway only for cars, that's William Kissel Vanderbilt. He did that shit in 1908. So the Autobahn, they started, began as Hitler's Road, and then they expanded it and connected it all. So, there is some credit to be given to him, but basically he's just a politician who came across, good ideas and said, okay, let's just keep, this road is a good idea. Let's keep on doing this road. But there was roads that was being built before then. One project was the private initiative, the Hafraba. So you had the Hafraba, the car-only road, crossing Germany from Hamburg in the north via central Frankfurt and Maine to Basel in Switzerland. That's a nice little road right there. Parts of the Hafraba were completed in the late 1930s and early 1940s, but World War II stopped their construction. So what about the Hafraba? Huh? You want to sit there and talk about Hitler's Road? Well, the Hafraba was there before Hitler's Road. The first public road of this kind was completed in 1932 between Cologne, Cologne, and Bonn, and opened by Conrad de Nayer a date Lord Mayor of Cologne and future Chancellor of West Germany, August 6, 1932. That road is the Bundesautobahn 555, so the 555, right? That's the 17, Route 66, go 71, go 75. Interstate I-75, so the B-55, the B-555. So the B-555 was constructed in 1932. That's before Hitler's road. The Hafrabah before Hitler's road. So you're going to say he invented highways? Even in Germany, he didn't invent highways. Even in Germany, there was highways that was before, so-called Hitler's road. Santa Fe Trail. Santa Fe Trail, this is between Missouri, Kansas, a little bit into Colorado and Oklahoma, and Santa Fe. So you actually don't even, it's like you go right underneath the Rocky Mountains. Santa Fe. And then they'll just go ahead and pave those roads. That's he's genius. He took a Native American trail and he paved it. And you know who had roads before, Native Americans? If you're like, well, we want construction, we want concrete. The Romans. The fucking Romans had roads that was, concrete or rocked up and fucking fancy and nice and shit. They didn't have cars, but all the roads that they made are, being used for cars today. The Persians built fancy fucking roads. The Romans built fancy fucking roads. Germans before Hitler built fancy fucking roads. The Americans, William Kissel Vanderbilt. I mean, aren't you proud to be an American, Kanye? William Kissel Vanderbilt. William Kissel Vanderbilt built the first highway, man. I bet you got a fucking statue of William Kissel Vanderbilt on your front lawn. The first motor parkway, Long Island, 1908. Now, there was a cloverleaf interchange patent, 1916, that was applied by Arthur Hale. Arthur Hale. So, a cloverleaf interchange is basically, you have two big-ass superhighways coming together, and then somehow they, get to the fucking one or to the other, and then they go to the other direction. So that's Cloverleaf Interchange. He thought of that idea in 1916. So again, I mean, with the fucking Autobahn, 1940s, this motherfucker is 30 years prior. This one's 40 years prior. The Romans are 2,000 years prior. That Kanye literally straight up just said he's a fucking Nazi. He just straight up said he's a fucking Nazi. And he says he doesn't hate anybody. But he does just keep on talking nonstop about the Jews, the Jews, the Jews. And then he talks about how he's a good Christian, even though the entire foundation of Christianity is Judaism. So you're going to get rid of the Old Testament, just go ahead and set that whole 10 Commandments all to the side. Because Jesus says that the golden rule was to treat others the way you want to be treated. And he says that law came from Moses and the prophets. That law came from Moses, the Jew, and the prophets, the Jewish prophets. The Old Testament's about the Israelites. Jesus himself was a Jew. So really, to adopt Christianity, you got to make an argument about how Christianity is better than Judaism. What are the benefits of Judaism? And then how is Christianity better than Judaism? Are they better than... If they're not, then perhaps the Christians do need to reconvert. Jesus was a Jew. So therefore, he wouldn't want you to worship him. Just do the same religion he was doing. Why are you... The Eisenhower interstate system is amazing. So there's some plausible thing, but be amazed by America. Because America started the fucking highways, the cars. We're the ones that making this fucking shit big, the interstate system. They started the Autobahn over there, but Eisenhower's like, well, shit, they got all these, intricate roadways where they can move a lot of fucking shit by vehicles. We need to do that shit here in America. And so we got the interstate system here. We got an interstate system. So whereas Hitler built a fucking road, right? Vanderbilt built a road. Hale, got a patent for an interchange. Dwight D. Eisenhower came up with the interstate system. So he built fucking highway on top of highway on top of highways. He's the one that built highways with an S, plural. The Eisenhower interstate system. So if you don't know shit about the Wilderness Trail or the Santa Fe Trail or the Silk Road, You don't know that the Persians and the Romans built fancy-ass roads. You don't know about the Vanderbilt Motor Parkway on Long Island, William Kissel Vanderbilt, 1908. You don't know about the Cloverleaf Interchange patent in 1916, Arthur Hale. And you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The interstate exchange system, that's 1956. So Dwight D. Eisenhower come up with the entire, hey, why don't we have one highway and another highway? And let's have like 20 fucking highways and let's put them all together. So if you think building a highway is so fucking amazing, then you should just absolutely be blown the fuck away by that. What? Einstein or Eisenhower is a fucking brilliant man. He is like, if you're going to assume he built, Adolf had the highway thing, then that makes Eisenhower a fucking Einstein. Eisenhower is fucking 20 times smarter than Hitler. Look what he did. He didn't just build one road, he built 20 fucking roads, and then he connected them all. And he called it the highway system, the interstate system. What a fucking brilliant fucking man he is. Who invented the microphone? I don't know. We'll have to explore that next. When I typed in who invented the microphone, it comes up James West, Gerhard M. Sessler, Granville Woods, Otis Boykin, Emil Berliner. In 1877, Emil Berliner filed a patent for a microphone, the carbon microphone. Alexander Bell, who only a year before it had invented the telephone, recognized the practical importance of Berliner's technology, so he bought the patent for $50,000, a huge sum at that time. Let's see, where's Adolf Hitler? Adolf Hitler. I'm looking at all these lists of names about all these. Let's see, Thomas Edison, David Hughes, Alexander Bell, Emil Berliner. Kanye West. No, Kanye West did not invent the microphone. There is a fact check here. Interesting. Should we check out the fact check? We'll have to come back.